Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That is me, along with Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner. And we are joined by a friend of the show, actually of one of our other shows, Just Plain Radio today, because my friend RV Tom, he has an RV-8, RV-7, I mean. RV-7
What?
aircraft. It's a type of
what is that?
airplane. Yeah. And he's a general aviator. But
I thought he drove an RV.
he does. He drives an RV, so that's why he's RV Tom, because of his RV plane. It's the model of airplane, and he has an RV as well. But that wasn't enough
He's
because
got all the right toys.
yeah, well, he wants to upgrade his boating
To
things.
an RV?
Well, I don't know. Well,
They're going to have an RV boat, a RV plane, and an RV motorcycle.
maybe
next.
so. RV Tom
That's
is
a
with
cool
us.
airplane.
Tom, welcome to the world of boating. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I've been listening to you guys now for the last umpteen years, and it's I've been on one of the other podcasts, Just Plain Radio. So it's a pleasure to meet you guys and actually get to talk to you. It's
Well,
pretty
it's,
cool.
we apologize for letting you down once again. But it's just what we do.
Hey, we're right
not
here.
a-
We can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing.
You
can.
should.
No,
I'm going to apologize for Barry.
Thank you.
Does
Uh,
he realizes we're right here, right? I mean, he
Yeah,
can
he-
see us and hear us.
No. He's
Yeah.
just lost.
No,
just
no.
just
I,
wondering.
I mean, I didn't say anything about Mike the Mariner. I just said Barry.
Yet.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
well,
I,
I
It's
know.
coming.
I
It's
know.
coming.
It's-
I
yeah.
know it's coming.
Yeah.
right. But
He
but
warms
yeah,
up on me.
for whatever reason, RV Tom has been a huge fan of the show for some time, and he told me a couple weeks ago that he's planning to get a new boat and go down to the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show here at the end of October and do some shopping. Right? That's what the deal is, Tom. What do you
Well,
think?
That's the deal. I've been trying to. Right now, I have a 25-foot Edgewater, and it's got twin
Okay.
yellow miles on the back. And way about 15 years ago, the wife and I, we had a PDQ Power Cat, 39-footer. And I was getting ready to retire from the airline, so I didn't want to I want to pay the house off before I retired. So I ended up selling the PDQ. And then it's one of those deals in a lifetime. I actually sold the boat for more than I paid for it after having it 4 years. So it was a
Wow.
good deal. I sold that.
Yeah.
And now with like we were saying before, I have an RV that we travel across country, but I'm getting the boating bug back. My boat out front of this spent the last, 14 hours, buffing the outside and cleaning the inside and getting it all ready. Just put some new speakers in and
Yeah.
uh,
All right. Well, let me get this straight. So you had a nice, what you say, 38 foot vessel.
I had a 39 power.
39. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And so you downsized a little
Yep.
bit. And now you have a 25 footer, and now it's time to to expand back up a little bit. You want a little bit more room, or what are you looking for
Yeah,
exactly?
it was something we could take down to the Keys or over out down in the Caribbean.
Host your
depending-
friends like Greg, your first mate,
There he
Barry the
goes.
Boater, and
There he
Mike the
goes.
Mariner.
He's inviting
go.
himself on everyone's stuff.
Oh,
That's why
RV
Greg
Tom.
owns nothing.
RV Tom knows me
Yeah.
quite well from Just Plain Radio.
I'm
so
sure he does.
he knows my scam
Yeah.
very well.
So wait, the Edgewater is the center console fishing?
Yeah, it's an Edgewater. It's built by the same guy that built the Everglades and Boston Whaler.
Right.
And,
So
it's a
you-
25-footer center console.
Nice.
so you're looking for something with a cabin in it so you can have some
Yeah.
comfort. There you go.
A couple cabins in there, twin diesels for reliability, and
Oh.
something you could take across over to the Bahamas or down to Key West or
Okay.
maybe down to the Yucatan.
And you're talking
So
about
what-
something you'd leave in the water too. You're not going to trailer this thing, right?
No, well, behind my house, I got a lift where I had the previous cat, and I got a 22-foot beam on it, and I can support about 30,000 pounds, so I can lift it up out of the water.
You're
when
good to
it's
go.
home here.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike?
Now, Now, are you thinking about going back to a power cat configuration, or displacement hull trawler, or motor yacht? What are your thoughts there?
Yes to all three.
Okay, so so it's open. So you've got an open checkbook.
Right.
So you just hand that checkbook up to us, and we'll be down there at the.
Yeah,
show
we
for you.
will
RV
find
Tom,
you something really nice.
Well, look, RV Tom, I don't know if you realize this, but Mike the Mariner is kind of a boat broker as well. He does
yes,
that
he is.
as part of his gig on the side, right, Mike? That's kind of
Yeah,
your deal.
I've got a yacht sales license. I'm not
Yeah.
a broker yet. I'm working under a broker, but I do that just kind of on the side.
Right.
Pick up a listing here and there. It's not. It's really
Mhm.
just for fun.
But I think
Yeah.
what Tom is planning to do at Flibs is get down there and just kind of see what's out in the market, see what's the latest and greatest in options, and see if anything catches your eye. You haven't really zeroed in on any of those. You're keeping your options open at this point. Am I right, Tom?
Absolutely. It could be a power cat, or it could be a trawler, displacement, or a fast trawler, or even a Sea Ray Sundancer, 45 foot, something like. I don't know. We don't know yet. Whatever makes the
Mhm.
wife happy, and something that goes good. And so something 40, 45 foot. We're looking at with twin diesels.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Grand Banks. How about we go that fancy? Would you do something
There we
that
go.
big?
There we go. Greg
Mhm.
loves the Grand Banks.
Yeah.
Something about that.
Well, yeah, that or a Hatteras or something. I mean, you're not that far if you want to kick it up even a level higher. I mean, do they make them that small? I don't know, Mike. Do they?
Yes,
Okay.
they do. Yeah,
What a-
absolutely. You
what
can
about
find
those-
45 foot?
Yeah. What
Hmm?
about those brands? You know what I'm talking about, Tom? Or no?
Oh, absolutely. So the Grand Banks has the Aleutian.
Yeah.
They've got the Classic series, the Europa. There's some really awesome Grand
Yeah.
Banks.
What about that,
models
Tom?
out there.
Are you familiar with those, or is
I
this?
am not. The Europa, actually, I was up in Titusville, which is north of where I live at, about 25 miles, and looked at an older Grand Banks, but
Mhm.
it needed some work on it. Well, I needed a lot of work on it.
Yeah.
He was really cheap, but I happened to be up there doing some repair on an RV, and I said, "Well, let me stop at the Kennedy Marina right there on the Banana River." And more work than I want to. I can get a fixer upper, and I'm good with my hands. I enjoy working on them. And
You
Yeah.
don't want to
anything-
do that. That could tie you up for years.
Well, but he's a pilot.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
that's
I
kind
know
of
that,
in his
but
blood. Yeah.
he's also at a point in his life, I think, where he really wants to just be able to turn the ignition
Well,
and take
right.
his
I do wanna
better
try
half
to keep
with
it,
him and
Yeah.
go.
but you're looking for a deal too, so you are
Yeah.
not necessarily looking for something new. You'd like to get something maybe.
Well, you can get a 1-year-old or 2-year-old.
yeah,
Remember,
maybe.
we've been talking about a lot of boats, probably old used boats, going on the market
Yeah,
because
but have you
a lot
ruled
of-
out
Right.
the new option, Tom, or is that still on the table too? Maybe.
Well, it probably it might be on the table. When we get down to Fort Lauderdale, I'll probably look at a couple new boats and get sticker shock really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
I'm happy with something from 2000 on. Long as it's been taken care of, or repowered, or been taken care of, that's fine with me. I have no issues with getting a 20-year-old boat if it's been well taken care of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
And
I was very lucky in that regard. My boat's about 20 years old, and
once again, it's a what size? It's a 6.
it's a 40 foot
40
foot Silverton, and
Yeah.
Silverton made some really great. They made a 40-foot express, or not express, 40-foot a flybridge model with a cockpit. Very nice layout, very well made. They're overbuilt, and typically come with the Cummins engine package, which is preferable.
But I think Tom did mention he wants a twin diesel, something with 2 engines in case one fails. That way he has a way of getting back without a
Mhm.
paddle.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, that might
Right,
be the
they've got
pilot
twin.
in him, wanting to fly a twin as opposed
That's
to a
right.
single engine plane. I don't know. But
Well, I mean, I've actually delivered a Norhaven, which is a single engine, had the little wing
Ooh.
engine from
That's a
one of those
nice-
fancy trawlers. Yeah.
Cape May, New Jersey, down here to Port Canaveral years, right during the COVID. So in the last 4 or 5 years, whenever it was 2021.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I like the way he's thinking. I like the name brands he's throwing out there. These all sound very comfortable to a passenger or potential passenger like me. All right, more with RV Tom next. Stay close.
You're You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Come on, Williams, what are you standing around for here? Get on board.
Get on board. Don't fret. Don't try to worry.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me along with Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, and our friend from all three radio shows, by the way, RV Tom. He pops up on Just Plain Radio quite a bit. He's a scuba diver as well. He's been listening to all three shows. Yeah.
Does he have an RV scuba tank?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. But I'm bringing him on the World of Boating today because he wants to talk about boating. And by the way, RV Tom, have you been to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show before, or will this be a first-time experience for you? What do you think?
Oh no, I've been there since 19. I've been there every year except for last year because it coincided with Fantasy Fest. I've been there for about 28, 29 times.
Okay, so you've been around the block or two. He knows his way around the boat show, which is
Greg's favorite thing is Fantasy Fest. He likes to go down there and dress up. You didn't know that.
And I don't have to bring any clothes. That's what's amazing.
Yeah, they just paint them.
Yeah.
And you can take a boat there.
Yeah.
That's true. And actually, RV Tom, he knows how to work Fantasy Fest. That's a whole nother show that we probably would never be able to broadcast for legal reasons.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for another day. Let's focus on the boat show. So you've been there before. And by the way, we're kind of spoiled rotten in Florida. Because if you're a boater in the state of Florida, it's very easy to get to the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show, Miami International Boat Show. Both of those events are like the biggest boating events, especially for in-water boats, pretty much in the U.S., if not the world. I mean, you got the Annapolis Boat Show up north, which is a big one, but it's a little slanted, a little bit more, for sailing and trawlers and things like that. But when it comes to just the sheer number and size, and you got a lot of options, and it's a great place to go and just do a little window shopping, So you want to do that? Plan a trip to Florida towards the end of October every year. It happens
And-
over
and-
Halloween this year too, by the way. I think it's the
It,
same day,
it always
isn't it?
does around Halloween because
Yeah.
then they had the bowls of candy sitting out. But if you really want to enjoy it, you need 3 days.
Yeah.
Because you have not
Mhm.
only the convention center, that can take you a whole day just in there. If you really want to enjoy it. I mean, not running back, we go with Greg, it's like trying to do a marathon. He runs you back and forth down each aisle. Look
Well,
at
I'm
this,
just
look at
trying to
this.
work off all the candy the bear keeps picking up.
And then you have the in water. There's 2 in waters. There used to be one at Pier 66.
Yeah.
Is it? And then the one, and then also the one over
Collins Avenue. Oh wait, no, that's Miami,
not
right?
that's Miami.
Collins.
But they have a sailboat section. They have all these power, the big yachts and all that stuff. Again, it's a 3-day thing minimum if you want to see everything.
Right.
This will be a good year for me. This will be the longest I've ever been there. So my family and I are going down on Tuesday. My parents and my brother. We're all going down on Brightline on the high speed rail.
Yep. I'm flirting with that
That's-
idea too, actually.
Oh, you going to go on the
we're
Bright
doing-
Line?
I'm
we're
flirting
doing
with
that
the option.
Tuesday
yeah.
afternoon.
They are doing some
Tuesday-
packages, by the way. I think where they either get a discount or you can get your Miami boat or Fort Lauderdale Boat Show ticket and a Brightline ticket or something, or they're doing some kind of combo promo thing where if
Right.
you're coming from, say, Orlando or up north someplace, I mean, that's a relatively new train track, by the way, if you're not familiar
Yeah.
with it.
Mhm.
And you hop on the plane or hop on the train and you can go down there, get down there about 3 hours or so, maybe a little less. Hop off the train and go do the boat show, and then hop on the train and get back up north if you're going that way.
You could
So we're
start.
going down. Go ahead.
I would say you could start a new radio show, World of Training.
No,
Yeah,
I will
World of
not do
Train.
that. No.
Just
okay.
train radio, right?
Train. Yeah, there you go. Just Train Radio.
Oh, boy.
But we're going
Go
down Tuesday, and then I'm staying. They're coming back on Thursday evening. I'm staying, and then Colleen's coming down, and we're staying through Sunday. So
Okay.
we'll be there. We'll be there for the
Long
show
haul.
on
Yeah.
Saturday,
Right.
and then we'll probably do some little video snippets of things we find during that week.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I think
post 'em
that's
up
what
on the
RV
World
Tom's.
Boating
You're planning to go towards the
site.
beginning of the week, right, Tom? That's what you're telling me
I
last
like
week.
going on Wednesday. That's when
Yeah.
this is not really open to I mean, it is open to the public, but not really. It's the more expensive day, and you get to see all the vendors and talk to them. And
Right. It's
it's-
VIP day, the first day,
that's exactly,
and they
yeah, if
charge
we're
a
gonna
lot
go-
more to get in that day. It kind of keeps the riffraff out. So if you're real serious and you got the cash, that is a good day to go, because if you're really trying to zero in on a boat or a deal or anything like that, that's when you're going to get more attention from the staff, from all the manufacturers and things on day one. I think we call it preview day or VIP day or something like that.
And media day, stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's when, if I popped down, I was thinking about coming down on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
come on down.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy.
Well, the fact that Barry's there is kind of a deterrent. But
what? No,
I'm kidding.
What
I'm
deterrent?
kidding.
Yeah. You
not
make
really.
me schlep all your stuff. I'm your Sherpa when you come down.
Yeah. Well, he's going to scope out where which booths have the best Halloween candy on their
Oh,
desk.
I'll get it all. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so Mike the Mariner is helping it's your father or father-in-law? I forget which
No,
one.
my dad.
Yeah, it is your
My dad.
right? So
Yeah.
he's looking for a boat in the 30 range, right? 30 to
Yeah,
30,
yeah.
30 to 40. Yeah.
35 probably. He has a 42-foot Invincible with
Yeah.
triple 350 Yamahas on it.
Oh my
It's
God.
in impeccable condition. It's a wonderful boat, but it's just too much
So he's
for him
looking
to use
to
it all the time.
so
he's looking
how big is that?
It's a 42.
Ooh. What do you think there,
with 3
RV Tom?
engines.
That has 3 engines. Maybe we do a little switcheroni here.
Well, it doesn't have a cabin. It's got
Ah,
a
well, we need a
head,
cabin,
but
okay.
it's a very large center console.
All right. Well, that's
high-speed
fine.
fishing boat.
Maybe we leverage this anyway. Like you're looking for a boat for your dad. RV Tom's looking for a boat for him and his wife and his family of dogs. He has a whole thing going on. And you do like a 2-for-1 deal.
Well, sure. Like I said, I'm going to have Dad give me his checkbook.
Yeah.
He could give me his checkbook too.
Right.
And by the time
And then
the
you'll
week's over,
cash the checks
they'll
and
have
leave
a-
town.
Yeah.
Well, they'll both have a boat and no money, so that's good.
Yeah. But see, you could leverage that. Maybe you get a deal, Like, okay, this is
Well-
we like this boat. He wants a 45, my dad wants a 30. What do we say? We buy them at the same time. Knock off 20%. What do you say? And they'll go, "Oh, hell
I mean, if you
yeah."
get from the same manufacturer,
Yeah.
you'll get a deal. And if you recall, Rusty did say it a couple of weeks back that he feels that boat prices, you have a little bit more negotiation room nowadays.
Mhm.
Yes, that is absolutely the case. I can tell you for a fact that the boat market, the used boat market, has cooled off quite substantially.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, what do you think about that, RV Tom? Am I working a deal there for you? I'm trying to leverage our relationships here. See?
Mm-hmm.
What do you
He's
think?
trying to get himself a free trip.
That's the thing. I've been looking on, Boat Trader and few just sell my boat and the other ones. And, with the economy, things are politically right now going on. It is a buyer's market. So,
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to take advantage of it. Work every angle you got. Like I said, that 2-for-1 deal. I do get final approval on which boats you pick, right? Because I want to make sure the passenger cabins are appropriate for my bougie lifestyle. More coming up.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
The word ship is hidden inside the word leadership as its derivation. So, if this office is in fact a ship, as its leader, I am the captain. But we're all in the same boat.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Captain, please, can you see my fire? Message in a bottle, starboard side.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, and RV Tom is with us today, kind of like a passenger on board our virtual cruise through the latest boating news and information. He is in search of a new vessel, and he's going to use the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show here at the end of October to plan accordingly. Now, Tom, I got to ask, are you going to go to the boat show with a plan in place, or are you just literally going to go and just start window shopping? I mean, are you going to have like a punch list of, these are the manufacturers I would definitely want to go see? Or are you going to kind of go in and just see what overwhelms you when you walk into an event like that, or what? What do you think?
just going down the wing it right now. We just started our first phase of just winging it and window shopping right now. Between the wife and I, we're not sure. Like I said, displacement hull, trawler,
you'll know it when you see
cruiser.
it. Yeah, I think is how it sounds to me. You think? What do you think about that, Mike? Is that a way to go to an event like that? I mean, since
absolutely.
I asked earlier if this is, if he's been to the boat show there in Fort Lauderdale many times before, he ends up he has. I would caution anybody for their first time visit to the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show not to do that, because you could easily get overwhelmed and just go, holy crap, I don't know where to even start.
Well, I think it starts
is.
with
Yeah.
Right. So when I started looking for Silhouette, I started with the size range and a budget. So I knew how much I wanted to spend, and I knew what size boat I wanted. I started out, I was really focused on trawlers, but I could not find a trawler that was the right combination of condition and age and performance. So I ended up widening my span a little bit, looking at motor yachts, and then I started picking specific models. And when I zeroed in on, okay, I either want this Carver or this Hatteras or this Silverton, this Sea Ray, I really dialed in, my selection, and I was able to find one of those boats.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of the way I think you'll keep yourself out of trouble if you kind of, give yourself some guardrails.
Right. Is that, and Tom, I assume that, well, I mean, are you planning to sell the boat you have now before Fort Lauderdale, or are you just going to maybe save it and it might be a trade-in option once you zero in on something you really like? Or what are you thinking?
No, I'm very happy with my 25 center console. That'll be my boat for, going out of the quarter for going fishing. And
Okay, so you're going to keep that regardless.
Oh, we keep that and keep that for when we head down to the Keys to go dive.
I love it.
I can put that behind my pickup truck and just take it down to the Keys, and I only have to use the fuel to get to the Keys.
Yeah,
for a
hey,
while.
what's better than having your own boat? Having two of them. That's what I always say. Yeah.
Right.
What do you think there, Barry? Yeah.
Well, to add to those guardrails, really don't, and this is from someone that really didn't give it as much thought as maybe I should have. You really need to know what exactly do you want to do with this boat, because I think there's a difference between some of these yachts that will do 30 knots or 35 knots versus something that will only, like a trawler, which will do what, Mike, 10 knots? 15?
Yeah, typically 12. Yeah.
So your time frame of what type of cruising do you want to do? Do you have a problem with taking a nice slow cruise? Would your trips be, if you go to the Bahamas at 12 knots, that's probably a mostly one-day thing, depending. If you go to Bimini, it'll take you approximately a day, I guess.
Yeah, but he's retired. Time is on his side now, right?
Well, it's not always the thing,
What do you mean not? He's saying yes.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying those are some of the things that will guide you as to what type of boat you get. If you want to get there, doing the 25, 35 knot range, you're not going to be looking at a trawler necessarily, will you?
No, you wouldn't. So I was originally looking for a trawler because I was thinking that's all I want to do is 12 knots, right?
Comfort's more important than speed and efficiency, maybe. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I was just looking for efficiency.
Yeah.
So then when I could not find a trawler that was suitable, I started looking at motor yachts and realized, okay, well, I can find a motor yacht in the same size range, get more room, better amenities, and I can run it like a trawler and get the same efficiency. But if there's weather and I need to get back in quickly, I have speed at my disposal. So the motor yacht gives you a little bit more
versatility in that
a little
regard.
bit more versatility.
Yeah, but the trawler, I mean, the trade-off there is the trawler can handle rougher seas generally, is more designed for the open ocean kind of cruising. Maybe
that just depends on the boat that you end up buying. Like, so the Silverton is a very, very heavy duty, very good sea boat, just like a trawler would be. But there are other makes and models that maybe are lighter with port hulls that maybe not heavy seas.
Well, then why would you ever go with a trawler? It sounds like the motor yacht would always be the better deal.
Well,
or are they more expensive generally? In a general sense, Mike, what do you think?
Well, I mean, fuel burn on a trawler is a little better, but just to give you an idea, when I run my boat like a trawler, both engines and the generator all in at 8 knots, I'm burning about 4 gallons an hour.
Okay.
So you can, but when I ramp it up and I'm doing 20 knots, I'm burning 30 gallons an hour.
Ouch.
So I mean, it's
that's airplane stats right there, right, Tom? You can account to that.
Well, I can see his point here. I've been in some friends' boats that he has a 42 Sea Ray Sundancer, and I still remember us at 23 knots. At 2,300 RPMs, he's burning 23 gallons an hour. So I remember 23. But when he slows down, like we're going to no wake zone, like headed down towards Miami or down the Keys in some of the areas, when he throttles back, he's burning only four. He's got the twin cats in there. He's only burning 4.5 gallons. So there is an advantage of being able going slow, or you got some weather coming in behind you. You got a tropical depression. You want to get out of that area. So don't worry about the fuel burn then. So you're burning 25, even 35 gallons an hour. Get out of the
whatever it
storm.
takes. Yeah,
That's all. Yeah. And then you worry about it later on. So I do like the idea. I do like the idea of getting a trawler like the Norhaven or something like that. But 9 knots. I'm still an airplane person. I still like to keep your speed once in a while. So
and that's a trade-off. Yeah, that's why honestly
trade-off.
I do love airplanes. I mean, when you airplanes can burn a lot of fuel very quickly, but when you balance that out to the fuel burn option and how far you get and that amount of time, which is much quicker, honestly, you can make a pretty good argument that airplanes are a lot more efficient than boats. In a lot of ways.
They're more efficient because
Way more
the
efficient.
airplane's flying through air. A boat is having to push through water.
Well,
So
okay, sure.
that's why I said, you
Don't
really
get me
have to-
wrong. They're both like
okay.
throwing money into a pit kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
Setting it
it's a
on
hole in
fire.
the water. Yeah, a hole in the water you pour money into,
Right.
but you enjoy it. Well, you got to do something with your life, right?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Either that or you collect your Dungeons and Dragons toys and do that.
Yeah. Well,
But-
the nice thing about RV Tom, he's doing all three. He's doing the airplane, the boat.
The boat. Yeah, he's covered all the
He's got
shows.
he has a wide carbon footprint.
Yes, and he
No,
scuba
sail.
dives.
He could
as
you
well.
could do sailing next. But again, so that comes back to is what exactly do you want to do with this thing? You already have the fishing boat to go fishing. You already know you could tow it down to the Keys to do the scuba diving. So you want something that you and the missus can go out for a weekend or maybe even a week's cruise, go over to the Bahamas, go to Bimini, go to some of the other islands.
He
so
wants
you want
something
that had
to
he
do
wants
whatever
something
the
that's
hell he
long
wants.
but long distance. He's looking for a long distance boat that's comfortable.
Okay. Well, I think he's well on his way. It's good stuff. We got more coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Ryan, we've got to get on that ship.
Attention passengers, the karaoke contest will begin in 5 minutes.
Okay, now we've really got to get on that ship.
Look at me, I'm shit-faced. I'm a nautical disgrace. Brownies, yachties, I'm out of place. I'm shit-faced.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the Boater. Mike the Mariner. RV Tom, who's typically on our Just Plain radio show with us today as he's planning a visit down to the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show here at the end of October to look for a new vessel, to add another boat to his fleet. And I love the way he thinks because that means it's more options for me. The more friends you make with boats, the more fun you're going to have. That's the way I look at it. That's a fair way to look at this from 30,000 feet, which is lingo that RV Tom can relate to. Am I right, Tom? What do you think? You with me on this?
I think you're right. Yep.
Okay, good. See, I'm trying to stay on his good side. I have to.
I could tell. Here's how you take care of Greg, Tom, is that when you take him out, you throw a line out in the water, you tell him to grab it, and you drag him along.
Yeah, I know your
There you
game
go.
there, Barry the Boater. You are a weasel, but
Uh-huh.
that's okay. And he still, Barry has a boat too, so I got to keep him.
You got to keep me around.
Keep him
just in
somewhat
case.
happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially for lobster season. Which, by the
Mhm.
way, stone crab season's the next one we're going to look at there, Barry. Yeah. Stone crab opens up October 15th in Florida.
Oh, it's not far away.
Yeah. And I was thinking we could go do some boating and jump off and
What?
catch
You're going
a
to try to
stone crab.
catch him?
Yeah.
I'm going to catch them over at in
Everglades
Florida,
City?
not Everglades City.
At
Yeah, right. City Seafood, man, right on the
On the
water there.
table?
Yeah, on the table. It'll be all broken up for me. The mustard. Sit there, watch the water go by, and just chow down on.
Well, yeah,
stone
but
crabs.
we're divers too. We go down there and catch some maybe. if we
They'll
figure
snap
out-
your little fingers off. You know that.
Well, they'll maybe snap yours off. I mean,
Well, what are you going to do? Use
I'm going to
someone
point
else's
towards
hand?
them. Barry,
Oh,
go grab
okay.
that stone crab.
Yeah, right. And we're supposed to
get
go
that
for
crab.
scallops. I don't know if it's scallop season's still around.
I don't know what the things. I have some articles on stone crab. We're going to talk a little bit about that on Scuba Radio
All
today.
right.
But I digress.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the type of boat you're going to get, RV Tom, or what you're looking for, you are looking to do or have a vessel where you could dive, you could just cruise, you could just entertain, whatever you want, fish. I mean, you do it all, right? So you're really kind of multi-purpose boating when it comes to the vessel you're looking for, and obviously, comfort is probably at the top of that list. I'm guessing. Is that a fair assumption?
That is a fair assumption. Comfort is number one for my wife. She's got to be happy. Happy
Right.
wife, happy life.
Yep.
I want something with a room to handle some good sized seas if I get stuck out there. Room to put a compressor for dive tanks.
Yeah.
So I can have
good.
enough room in the engine bay to run a couple horse compressor or generator to run the compressor for your tanks up. Be able to fish and have a good range to it, a couple 100 gallons of fuel to be able to get to where you want to go.
Right.
So again, I'm right now. I'm just open to suggestions. It could be a fast trawler, it could be displacement hull or something with a good deal. Obviously, with
Yeah.
I am retired now, so I'm not made of money, so I got to watch the budget somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but everything's on the table, so to speak. But you're looking for a good deal or something that I think when you see it, you're gonna know it. I mean, you have all these parameters, but I think once you see the boat and then you start zeroing in on like, okay, how much can I get this thing for, and then you'll make your decision whether you think you got a good deal or not. Now, as we said, Mike the Mariner kind of does some boat sales himself, and we mentioned some brands in that kind of framework of like a Grand Banks, the Northaven trawlers, the Silvertons. I mean, are there any others in that kind of category that we didn't mention already there, Mike? You think he's got a pretty good grasp already, or what?
Well, there's several different options for him, and just listening to some of the things he wants to do, there are some really, really nice flybridge, sport fish type vessels that are a little less on the fishing side and a little bit more on the cruising side, but they still have a nice cockpit. I think based on what I'm hearing, you probably want a boat that has a nice cockpit so you can do some fishing when you want to. Because when you're traveling down to the Keys from Melbourne or wherever, if you're offshore and you're traveling 10 or so knots down, just a nice leisurely trip, why not throw some lines in the water?
Yeah.
And go after some cobia or some mahi or so
years ago a friend of mine had a Hatteras, like a 60-foot Hatteras. And that boat was he got a good deal on it from a friend that was selling his boat down in West Palm, and he got a good deal on this boat, and that boat was amazing, and we could do anything we wanted: diving, boating, fishing. I mean, it had a nice living area in the middle, air conditioned, couch, the whole thing, big screen TV. I was like, man, this is super comfortable, and but very, very versatile as well. So something like that would probably be in the ballpark.
The bigger
in that space you. Oh, I was going to say just really quick. In that space, you've got really great marks. You've got Bertram, Hatteras, Viking. There's several boats out there that just would be a really good fit for that.
Yeah. What do you think, Barry?
But you also have to balance out that the bigger the boat, the more you have to take care of. The little bit more difficulty it can be sometimes in handling. How much fuel you're going to burn. I mean, if you had a really big yacht, but you really use it that much to go places because fuel is so expensive and you're eating it up so quickly that maybe you wanted something a little bit smaller. So it's really a balancing act of engines, size, fuel, how much you're willing to spend. I'm sure with airplanes it's the same way. You can get a twin-engined airplane that'll go really fast, but it'll burn more fuel. Is that what you want, or do you want a little Cessna, or So yeah, you have to balance all that stuff out.
Yeah. Well,
we have and RV Time has given us a pretty good idea of what he wants to do with it. This is going to be a cruising yacht. He wants it to at least, have, I don't know how many hundreds of gallons you want to have.
Couple hundred, he said, yeah.
Yeah, to be able to go to the islands and not have to, you don't want to necessarily fuel up there to come back. So you want to make sure you're going to have something that has the distance that it'll go with it, where you can go there, enjoy yourself, and, buy your fuel here versus over there.
Well, and comfort, once again, is king because of potential guests like me. I mean, his wife.
Like Greg, yeah.
I mean, his wife, yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Greg's going to sleep outside.
Hey, under the stars
on the boat. Yeah.
Up in the crow's nest. I'm actually good with that on a boat.
Okay.
Right now, he's like, why did I join this show? Why did I do this? Why did I let Greg do this to me?
Yeah. Well, he's been around. He's been listening for years, so I know he's a glutton for punishment, and he's been able to tolerate that. He'll tolerate this.
With that being said, a couple of years ago, the wife and I had a friend that he was a UPS pilot. He had a 4788 Bayliner. And I know Bayliner gets a bad rap, but when you get to the yacht size, like the 47 foot, that was it had the pilot house up top, and controls.
Yeah,
those are great boats. Yeah, one of my best friends has one of those boats, and they are really, really well made. Lots of loopers buy those boats.
Yeah,
because they're capable, well made, very robust. They're not like super luxurious, but they've got everything you need, and that's a great boat to look for.
Yeah. What do you think, Barry? You're kind of a looper, or no? I mean loopy.
Loopy. What do you
looper.
loopy? No, I don't use a looper. I use a tickle stick.
Okay, he has no idea.
We don't want to hear about that stuff, man. This is a family show.
We're trying to talk boating lingo, and you just took it right into scuba. How dare you?
I don't use a looper.
He's a tickler, and that's a whole nother story. We're going to leave live for now.
Let's move on. Let's not talk about that stuff.
Hey, till next week, remember, whether it is sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Barnacle-bitten swab. World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.